Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Spring hinges on my door that goes, the pedestrian door that goes to the garage. Nothing's wrong with the current ones, but I'm trying to upgrade it to like the oil rub color, and I'm having a hard time finding the exact hinges that I need to replace.
Okay.
It's a 4-inch hinge with like a zigzag bolt pattern, and it's a 5/8 radius on the frame portion of the door. I guess they call it like a mortise where it's been filed away so it sits flush in the frame, and the door it's a metal door, so the existing hinge is just bolted to the surface of the side of the door, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay, so I've gone to like the local hardware stores, and the hinges that I've purchased there don't seem to fit. I guess because it's missing like an angle. I guess the ones at the local hardware store, I guess they're probably designed so they like the door has the mortise too. So do you have a hinge that would be like surface mounted on the door and mortise mounted on the frame?
Well, so what you're describing is, and this is a bit of a departure, but what you're describing is a hinge that would have a different swag or bend on one leaf compared to the other. However,
Correct.
I don't believe your spring hinge is made like that at all. I think what you have there is simply a hinge that's surface mounted to the edge of that door, whether it be a wood edge or a steel edge metal clad door. If you believe that I'm wrong, and when you lay that hinge open on your workbench and you look at how the two leaves make contact with the surface of the workbench, if one is clearly bent differently, the leaf, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see a photograph of it in cross-section. But it's probably not what you have, because I don't think they make them that way.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, the issue is, are both leaves 5/8 radius, or is one square?
One's the mortise that's in the frame is 5/8 radius. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm looking at them right now. They're both 5/8 radius.
Okay, so that narrows it down to 4 possibilities. So I lied.
And it does look like there's a little bit of the frame the leaf that is on the wall or the frame does have a little bit of a bend that the other side, I believe, does not.
Yeah, I would actually expect one to have a very aggressive bend in order to maintain a normal margin. Well, but if the point would be is that the way the leaves have been bent or swagged are different is the point. So if you believe that we need to look at that, then the next step is for you to take that hinge off or get that door open and then get up on a ladder and take a picture of the hinge down so I can see the bends. Remove the middle hinge, lay it down, take a picture of the cross section, and then we can determine what's going on with the swag of the hinge, and then likely narrow it down to then having to measure each of the holes for the screws and then determining which hinge it is. Because you've got many different people who make residential doors, and they love to put that zigzag in different places from each other.
Sure. Yep, I understand. Okay.
So my email is under Contact Us in the upper right-hand corner of the site. It's the sales email that's there, and my name is Richard.
Okay. All right, let me take a couple photographs, and I'll send that to you, and if you could kind of try to narrow that down, that'd be great.
Would be happy to. What you might also want to do is, while you've got that hinge off, lay it down, trace it, one leaf, trace where the hinge, trace where the screw holes are, and then give me dimensions from the leaf on the top down to the center of each, and then from the outside edge to the vertical center of each. Because if the swag is what I expect it to be, my next question is going to be, after you just put the hinge back on, take the hinge off and trace it for me and put some dimensions on the paper. So if you want to do that now, I'm going to ask for it.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's not easy, but we'll get to it.
I guess this, and then the center one that's not a spring hinge. I mean, I guess I obviously I want to get a replacement one of them too. That one looks kind of more normal, but.
So I was assuming your center hinge was a spring hinge, because you would not have, by definition of best practice, a spring hinge at the top. So if your spring hinge is at the bottom of the door, which is where we would want it to start out, trace me a spring hinge is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Now,
gotcha. And then I would just order,
trace
and then I would
a spring hinge.
I'm sorry, Richard, say it again.
Work with a spring hinge, not with a non-spring hinge.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now, most likely, I'm not going to have a non-spring hinge for you. So if you're replacing one that's non-spring, the only suggestion I may have, depending on what the zigzag pattern is, might be slap another spring hinge on there, because you know it'll fit and work. Don't set any tension on it if you don't want tension on it.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And to you. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.